getting fitter, making more money, and improving well-being. According to a Forbes survey, these are the top New Year's resolutions that Americans have and what goals are prioritized. But interestingly, only 9% of them will actually complete these goals, and 23% of them will actually quit them within the first week. You've probably started to come up with your own New Year's resolutions, but how do you make them more meaningful? How do you stick to them? And how do you actually achieve them? These are the questions that I'm going to answer in this video. But before we begin, if you are new to the channel, my name is Cameron Wilson. I make PhD student life videos, organisation and productivity videos. So if you are new to the channel, then please consider subscribing because it is free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video. So I think the most productive thing is to look at why these New Year's resolutions fail and why goals in general fail. And I think the best way to look at it is by looking at the well-known pseudonym of SMART goals, initially introduced in 1981 by this guy, George T. Doran, in Management Review. So SMART goals are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. I don't know if I was pointing at the right place for them to appear, but... So to illustrate what these are, let's use an example I got from a website. Meet Jane. She is a product manager at a tech firm that produces lots of apps. And for the new year, Jane has been tasked to improve the usage of the firm's app. Let's call it Tech Firm. So Jane needs all hands on deck from her team to make sure that this app's usage is improved. And you know what Jane has done? She has set a bunch of goals for this team to do, but they haven't been completed. And no one knows what to do. Progress wasn't monitored, and the overall aim of improving usage slipped to the back burner. And a way to improve these is with SMART goals. So let's break it down. If goals are to be effective, they need to be specific. These need to ask questions like, what needs to be done? Who's responsible? What steps need to be taken for this goal to be achieved? So Jane might reframe these goals by growing the monthly users of Tech Firm by tidying up what the app looks like on the App Store, or starting a social media campaign. And that sounds like a good start, right? And specifying your goals is really important, but by quantifying them or making them measurable makes it far easier for people to track progress, and there's no difference between New Year's resolutions as well. So the overall aim for this project is for Jane to improve the usage of the app, right? So let's say that one person signs up in 2024. I mean, that's technically growth, right? And how many social media apps do they actually want to advertise on? Let's say she uses 5. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. But the next key step is giving yourself a serious reality check. Is this actually achievable with the resources that I have? So she might scale this back and decide to focus on 3 core social media platforms. She'll focus on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So now we need to talk about the big picture. Why is Jane actually doing this? She knows that the app is really important and it's super duper, and it will improve the company's revenue streams. And by remembering this goal, we can then stay on track and increase accountability of ourselves. Finally, we need to stay on time. T for time bound. Jane's team need to be on the same page as to when each goal needs to be achieved. When will the project start? When does each task need completed? When are we hoping to achieve our core milestones? So Jane can then put parameters on this and ensure that everyone stays on track. So we started with a very basic goal of growing the usage of the company's app. And we've done this by optimizing the apps present on the App Store and increasing the amount of traffic it will get from social media platforms. But we've made this goal a lot more smarter now by saying we will grow the number of users of Tech Firm's app by 1,000 within the first quarter of 2024. This will be done by optimizing the app on the App Store, by creating targeted social media adverts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we are doing this to increase the profits for the company. So Jane is fine and dandy and all. She's taken care of. And we understand SMART goals now. But how do we then translate these to our New Year's resolutions? It's all about making your New Year's resolutions as clear as possible. Let's say our New Year's resolution is getting more subscribers on YouTube, which is what my one is. So let's make that really basic. I want to grow my YouTube subscriber count, and I will do that by producing videos and sharing them on social media. Now let's make that slightly more measurable. I want to grow my YouTube channel by 10,000 subscribers. And I'll do that by producing videos and sharing them onto Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. So I now have a clear, quantifiable target that will measure my success and also how I can start to achieve that. But now we need to refine this and make it slightly more realistic. 10,000 subscribers would be amazing. Realistically, I'm not going to achieve that. Probably nowhere close. So 10,000 was a really ambitious number, and I'm going to cut that down to 1,000, and I'm going to make it more achievable. Unlike Jane, we aren't really doing social media campaigns per se. I make a video and I post it onto my social medias. But for the sake of argument, YouTube Analytics has told me that LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram gain me the most engagements from social media platforms. So I'm going to cut out the social media platforms that I described before and just focus on those three. Relevance. So this might be a bit tricky because it speaks for itself. So I want to grow my audience because I want to share my knowledge and experiences with people, connect with them, and reach that juicy 1,000 subscriber point so I can monetize my videos on YouTube. Let's make it even more specific. So 1,000 is the goal. So what we're going to do is say we want 250 by the end of March, 500 by the end of June, 750 by the end of September, and 1,000 by the end of December. Quick maths. This way I now have a clear pathway as to how I'm going to achieve my New Year's resolution. So we have turned our initial goal of I want to grow my YouTube subscriber count by producing videos and sharing them on social medias to a very clear, specific, smart goal that details exactly how we're going to measure our success and the pathways of which we will achieve that. And more importantly, it's something that I think I can stick to. But how do I stick to this? I am a busy person and I do a PhD. I've got another job. And procrastination is something that a lot of people struggle with. And I've bought this new book by Ali Abdaal, one of my favourite YouTubers on the internet, called Feel Good Productivity. And it's just come out and I've read it, but I would recommend it to anyone. And one of the things it does is differentiate between smart goals, acknowledging they're okay, but nice goals are more important for the here and now. Or rather, goals that are in the near term, are input-based, are controllable, and more energizing. So we've got our near-term goals already. We've got 250 subscribers every quarter, but let's say we break this down into 62 a month. That seems a lot more achievable, right? And input goals emphasize the process, so this would focus on producing videos. So let's say we'll try and create one video a week. And making a goal controllable. Realistically, I'm not going to work on videos 8 hours a day because I don't have the time or the willpower. I've got a PhD to be doing. So let's be slightly more realistic. Let's say I'll work on my videos for about 20 minutes a day. And that way it's broken down into a much more achievable method. And energizing. We want to find out why we are doing this. And for me, I really enjoy making videos and I love sharing them onto the internet. I love connecting with people, so that sort of speaks for itself. So it's really all about what works specifically for you. Why are you doing the goal that you want to do? So in this video, we've discussed how we can create more meaningful New Year's resolutions, how we can stick to them, and how we can achieve them. Obviously, it's all about finding a strategy that works best for you and framing this within the SMART goals and the NICE goals framework. And whether that's writing things down, creating a schedule to make sure you stick to them, just do your best. 2024 is your year. So thanks again for watching my video. I really hope that 2024 is a great year for you and you celebrate it well. If you did enjoy this video, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you want to. You can always change your mind at a later date. And let me know in the comments what New Year's resolutions you have. Are they simple or have you already made SMART goals? Let me know. See you later.